Hello, I am Maria, and this is Beyond Fluent English. In the last episode, we worked on professional meeting language, phrases like, I would like to address, and I am not certain at this stage. Today, we move into a different but related register, academic English. And I want to be clear about what that means, because academic does not mean complicated. It does not mean long sentences or difficult grammar. It means precise. It means choosing words that signal you have thought carefully about what you are saying. Here is why this matters, even if you are not a student. Academic register appears in business reports, in presentations, in research summaries, in formal emails, and in any conversation where you need to sound measured and credible. The 5 upgrades in today's episode work in all of those situations. You will not just hear these words today, you will repeat them, hear them in context, and by the end of this episode, they will already feel more natural. Let us get into it. The first word is one you use every day. Show. Show is a perfectly good word. There is nothing wrong with it. But in more formal or academic contexts, the word that native speakers reach for is demonstrate. What is the difference? Show is general. It covers everything from showing a photo on your phone to showing someone how to make coffee. Demonstrate is more precise. It implies that evidence is involved or that a process is being made visible and clear. When you demonstrate something, you are not just pointing at it, you are making a case for it. Here is the difference in practice. If a colleague says, the results show that customer satisfaction has improved, that is fine. But if you say, the results demonstrate a clear improvement in customer satisfaction, something shifts. The sentence feels more confident, more substantive. Let us try it in 3 contexts. In a presentation, the data demonstrate a direct link between employee well-being and productivity. Not show, demonstrate. The word signals that the evidence is doing work. In a personal conversation, her response demonstrated real patience. She listened for 20 minutes without interrupting. The word demonstrate adds weight. It says this was visible, measurable, real. In a reflective context, that experience demonstrated something important to me about how I handle pressure. Not taught, demonstrated. The word suggests that evidence appeared and you noticed it. One place where show stays correct, when the action is literal and physical. Can you show me where the file is? Here, demonstrate would sound stiff and odd. Advanced speakers know when not to upgrade. The second upgrade is use, and the upgrade here is utilize. Now, utilize has a reputation. Some people say it is overused, even pretentious, and they are right if you use it everywhere. The distinction is real and worth knowing. Use is the default. You use a tool, use a system, use your time. Utilize has a specific meaning. You are making use of something that was available, but perhaps not originally intended for that purpose, or you are applying something to its full potential or function. The difference is subtle, but it is there. You use a meeting room, but if the marketing team starts using the storage cupboard for their daily stand-ups, someone might say they are utilizing the available space creatively. The word carries a sense of resourcefulness, or of applying something in a deliberate, purposeful way. In a report, the team utilized existing infrastructure to reduce project costs by 30%. The word suggests they found and applied what was already there, deliberately. In a professional email, we could utilize the data from last quarter to inform this decision. Here, utilize suggests the data is a resource being put to active use, not just referenced but applied. In a reflective context, I realized I was not fully utilizing my strengths in that role. The word implies potential that was available but not being reached. Where use is better, almost everywhere in casual speech. Utilize in conversation sounds formal and slightly stiff, unless the context earns it. The third word is one of the most common traps at B2 level. Find out. Find out is conversational. It is what you say to a friend. I need to find out what time the train leaves. That is fine. But in academic and formal English, the word is investigate. Investigate does more than find out. When you investigate something, you are not just looking for an answer, you are applying a process. You are examining, questioning, testing. The word carries a sense of method. I want to find out why sales dropped in Q3. That is casual and perfectly natural in a team meeting. We need to investigate the factors contributing to the Q3 decline. That sentence belongs in a report, a strategy document, or a formal presentation. The word investigate implies structure and seriousness. In a professional context, the board decided to investigate the delay before approving the next phase.
Here, find out would sound too light for the gravity of the situation. In a personal context, after the disagreement, I wanted to investigate my own reaction, where it came from, what it was really about. Investigate used reflectively signals maturity and self-awareness. In a research context, the study was designed to investigate the relationship between sleep and decision-making. This is a natural home for the word. One note: investigate carries a connotation of something being wrong or unknown. Do not use it for simple, routine information gathering. If you just need to check a fact, find out or check is correct. Now let us pause and practice together. Now repeat each sentence after me. Take the full pause before moving on. The results demonstrate a clear improvement. The results demonstrate a clear improvement. We need to investigate the underlying cause. We need to investigate the underlying cause. The team utilized every available resource. The team utilized every available resource.
Let us continue with the last two upgrades. The fourth word is think, and the academic alternative is consider. Think is wide. I think this is a good idea. I think she is right. I am thinking about leaving. In all of these, think works. But in formal contexts, when you want to signal that you have weighed something carefully, that your opinion comes from reflection, not just feeling, the word is consider. Consider implies deliberation. It implies that you looked at something from more than one angle before arriving at a position. In a report, we should consider the long-term implications before proceeding, not think about, consider. The word signals that the process deserves serious attention. In a formal email, I have considered your proposal carefully and have a few questions before I can respond fully. The word demonstrates respect and professionalism. You are not dismissing the proposal, you are engaging with it seriously. In a reflective context, looking back, I did not fully consider how the decision would affect the rest of the team. The word consider here implies that you are now aware of a gap in your earlier thinking. It is honest and measured. Where think stays natural, in direct speech and casual conversation. What do you think? Is not, I would like you to consider my situation. Know the register, then choose. The fifth upgrade is one of the most powerful in academic and professional English. Say. And the upgrade is argue. Say is neutral. It means to put words into the air. Argue, in academic English, does not mean to disagree or fight. It means to put forward a position with support. When a speaker argues something, they are not just stating it, they are making a case. This is the word that signals intellectual confidence. When you argue a point, you are saying, I have a position, I have reasons, and I am prepared to defend it. In a presentation, I would argue that the current approach is costing us more than we realize. This is not aggressive, it is strong. The word signals that the speaker has thought this through and is ready to be challenged. In a written report, the evidence argues for a more gradual implementation timeline. Here, argue is used almost passively. The evidence itself is making the case. In a reflective context, looking at the data, I would argue that the problem started earlier than we initially thought. The phrase, I would argue, is one of the most useful tools in academic and formal English. It is confident without being absolute. It invites conversation rather than shutting it down. One important distinction. Say is correct when you are quoting or reporting. She said the meeting was cancelled. Switching to she argued here would change the meaning entirely. It would imply she made a case for the cancellation, not just announced it. Let us now hear all 5 words in a short passage. Listen for how they work together. The report was designed to investigate the factors that led to the decline. The data demonstrate that several contributing causes were present simultaneously. The authors considered multiple interpretations before arriving at a conclusion. They utilized both qualitative and quantitative sources throughout the analysis. Ultimately, the researchers argue that the decline was structural, not cyclical, and that a different approach will be needed going forward. That passage would feel entirely at home in a business report, an academic paper, or a formal presentation. None of those words are difficult. The difference is register, the choice to reach for the precise word rather than the general one. Let us finish with a quick pattern challenge. I will say the basic version. I will pause. Then I will give you the upgrade. First, we need to find out what caused the error. The upgrade. We need to investigate the cause of the error. Second, the figures show that demand has increased. The upgrade. The figures demonstrate a clear increase in demand. Third, I think we should take a different approach. The upgrade. I would argue that a different approach is needed here. What these 5 words have in common is not difficulty, it is precision. When a listener hears demonstrate instead of show, consider instead of think, argue instead of say, they do not notice the individual word, they notice the whole speaker. They think, this person is careful with language, this person knows what they mean. That is exactly the impression you want to make. In the next episode, we move into upgrade territory that many learners find surprisingly difficult, describing change and movement over time. Words like increase and decrease are just the beginning.